This episode is proudly brought to you by MTN. Get local and international soccer news, fixtures, and exclusive content on MTN FC for only R5 per day. Dial star 686 star 8050 hash to subscribe today. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Mamelodi Sundowns 2, Kaizer Chiefs 2. Sundowns wins on penalties. Something remarkable happens in the game. A goalkeeper saves 4 penalties. That's one thing that's remarkable. You don't usually see that. Another remarkable thing, which you'll comment on, is a ball crossing the line, linesman being there. It doesn't see that it crossed the line. Wendell Robinson shows the screen. Of course, you're not allowed to do that, but it shows everyone who this crossed the line and was given a red card. Duku Duku Makhanya, former Orlando Pirates and Swallows player as well. Maybe let's start there. The major talking point. Any excuse for the linesman not to see that?
Greetings to you, viewership.
Yes, sir.
I think we have no inkunzi lapha. Yeah, lapha inkunzi beyibanjwa straight.
Sure.
Yeah, beyibanjwa straight ngoba I mean there's no way because of a linesman from his standing position is 6 yards away. I mean it's 6 yards ngoba 6 yard box, 6 yard line, and there's a goal post to separate the line as well. So it's easier to see ukuthi ball crossing the line or not. And so but I felt ukuthi linesman turned a blind eye and just told himself ukuthi I know ayichube ngeke bayibona sesoyibona ku boardroom ukuthi hamba kanjani. So which is not a way to go, and it's not taking us anywhere as the football lovers as South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, it's look, I'm so happy that Kennedy Mwene saved those 4 penalties, because the last thing we want to do is to dwell on decisions. Maybe let's move on then to the match itself. I looked at the starting lineups of Sundowns, just like we did, because the Pirates were alarmed. Okay, usually Hashim Domingo doesn't play. Usually right back doesn't play. Kurisho Mudau doesn't play. Usually Motobi Mvala doesn't play. You know, you could look at everywhere you were trying to look. Mutiba doesn't usually play where he played. Maybe this is there for the taking for Kaizer Chiefs. But the Sundowns, strangely, they've created a framework within which players need to play in. Look, even though you don't play, as long as you play our passing ball, movement of the ball, it will be okay. What did you make of the game overall?
Yeah, it was, I think, a clash in terms of styles. About Sundowns, it's one team that they continuously want to dominate a possession. Mm-hmm. They break our lines and overloads, and which is something the way Chiefs it was structured. Team Baxter is coming out on a transition. My counter attacks is one of those, because of also they look deadly because of once you overcommit.
Yes.
Once you overcommit, then you're setting up yourself for a counter attack or a transition. So it meant ukuthi Sundowns first half my cala. They used overload writing over they allowed to Olake and nobody was picking up Olake. So crosses, pinpoint, first goal from Shalulile felt ukuthi Cardoso, he lost his marker, didn't position himself properly. Shalulile, because of you look at the height Cardoso no Shalulile. Because of if somebody of that height can head a ball asemva kwakho and umdlula height, then it's something else. So it meant ukuthi position yaka Shalulile. It was bad positioning yaka Cardoso, so it meant ukuthi uye wamloser by the time it was too late. Then Shalulile she anything. Yeah, then second goal again. Good assist by Mvala, because of one thing Sundowns you need to commend them now. They break our lines so easily because of the movement. They move my personals, they move every player over movement. That is why whenever we lose the ball, we danger a transition, and which is something Chiefs wanted to capitalize on, because of they knew okay, we are going to leave Billiat, we're going to leave Usekhota, we're going to leave Unorovich. Once I'm a fullbacks we to a hamba, we are pivot Rivaldo, we are covered, and it became a 3 versus 3. So it meant they were there for a taking. So my transition moment, it meant the Chiefs stood a better chance of scoring a goal. So which Moe there are some opportunities that they could have taken better and scored a Kuguma transition moment. So but you have to applaud the Sundowns the way Lalenga Kona first half, but the Chiefs saw it maybe second half Mababuya. there was a change of plan. Change of plan manje it meant they needed to track Ulake because of he was causing all sort of problems. Even ngoba nokhuliso bekakhuphuka la ngale but ama crosses akho you not pinpoint as Ulake. So it became a situation ukuthi the Chiefs yaphendula ngokuthi fake uDolly. Dolly you need to track Ulake. First touch ka Dolly created a chance, so an assist and babasha ngento yabo nabo ngoba Billiat uphile off kulama half spaces la babasha ngayo nabo ngoba what an assist yabo. First touch it shows the quality ya Dolly. We hoping ukuthi with more game time ne weight izoyehla match fitness izongena ngoba I think he's going to be an important player futhi naye as much as Billiat he is ngoba there's also an understanding between Bonaboy two, which resulted into a goal. So, but Sundowns, I felt ukuthi nami they saw the danger that they were posing themselves into. Yes. I felt ukuthi they could have maybe left maybe the four ukuthi let's consolidate. Let's try to consolidate. So, but they continue in style because of one thing in Sundowns. They always try to be arrogant in play, display the way they impose their play, and which is something which as a big team you need to have that.
I was a bit concerned though, like from a technical standpoint, because I love tactics, and I thought, okay, on the one hand, I'm hearing all of you guys complimenting how they play, but the way that they play consistently poses a danger to themselves, because you need Mudau to be over the center, you need Lake to be over the center, and they continue with it. So in as much as it was pretty, they still went to penalties and they still conceded. And from the beginning of the half time, I said Chiefs is going to score, just based on the way that Sundowns were playing. If Sundowns doesn't score more, but Chiefs is going to score one more goal as well. So I don't know how they could have rectified that.
Now I still feel they could have rectified the lento le let's save our back four sitting because of transition. It means you deal more numerical superiority. So whenever the other team has committed more numbers up front, has committed more people up front, they are setting themselves with a moment of transition. So it was a team from Duku Chiefs. You can see they are building a team, a structured, which is something that we need to commend. They are building a team, a structured, whereby our players they are trying to understand now. There's also an identity in terms of you saw no Cole Alexander immediately with Parker in front of them link up na forwards. So it meant now my full backs we saw Blom Sekakhupua Akala Crosser, which also created a situation for Kaizer Chiefs. So it means it was a clash in terms of style. So but the Sundowns, I felt maybe they could have maybe dealt better maybe in the transition. Yeah. They could see the Chiefs were seriously trying to capitalize on transition, especially my overcommit my numbers. One thing, the way Sundowns idlala ngakhona, they always want to have my numbers. So once you commit my numbers, then you leave some space. Your two full backs are gone, then the Chiefs now idlala 3 forwards. So it meant to be 1-on-1. So and again, Unukovic, I felt he was breaking in momentum in terms of transition. He's one player who is not that skillful in terms of taking on our players. So now you felt maybe they could have maybe substituted Unukovic, put in Dolly and have Zwane Billiat, no Parker maybe up front, then running at Sundowns defenders. Because of now, Beseuban and spaces that were visible for Chiefs to capitalize on.
Right. Well deserved win for Sundowns.
Well deserved win because of in terms of dominance. As much as some numbers they are not that big, but Sundowns dominated the game. They created better chances, scoring chances, as opposed to Kaizer Chiefs.
All right, so there you go. That's Sundowns moving on to the semi-finals of the MTN 8. I almost mentioned another competition of the MTN 8. It was emotive. You should have been here. It was very emotive on the penalties. It's really nice that eventually the right thing happened. If the other team had won, based on that decision, it would have been very difficult to do even these videos without dwelling on that part. So we hope you enjoyed it. Sundowns joins Golden Arrows and Swallows Football Club. Sundowns, and of course anyone from City or Amazulu will join them for the semi-finals. iDiskiTV, Diski Times, and World Sports Betting. Thank you so much for watching.